What's up, guys? Time to show off the Spartan build. This is the full lumed dial, brass dial. Dial made by my buddy Ron over at Red 5 Watchworks, and then we backside loomed it. And since it is in brass, I always think black looks good with brass, so I did a black cerakoted 110 case with a black solid crown, gold PVD coin bezel with a black and gold minute insert. Setting the hands was fun because I had no point of reference. Although these were lined up fairly well with 12 and 6. Finding 3 was decently easy with the stem, but finding straight up and down with no point of reference, and it actually happened to be pretty much in the center of the top there, was helpful. But did a black set, Vostok 24 hands, with a seconds hand that I thought kind of looked like a spear. So obviously it's just a pointer seconds hand, but it gave me the spear feel when I saw it, so I grabbed it. Solid black caseback. It's been milled and then cerakoted. Black caseback ring. And then my buddy Jonathan over at Wristbound, I had this strap and I did not know when I was going to use it. And it had black stitch, which was helpful to begin with, but when I laid the dial over it, it flowed with it really nicely. Much better than a lot of the other straps that I had up there. So, and then it has a like titanium-esque colored roller buckle on it. And that is the build. And if I had my light, which my light is always on the opposite side of the room is where I need it, because I'm over there working and I make sure it works, and then I go to a video and then it's over here, and then when I'm doing a video I realize it's back over there, and back and forth, and then I'll leave it over here, and then when I build the next watch I have to come over here to get the light to make sure it's working. So I just I should probably just buy another one, right? That would solve the 12-second interludes, right? So just for reference on that backside loom. And then we will leave the light over here until I need it here shortly at the other side of the room. Bezel on this will turn left, it'll turn right. These are just held on with a tension ring. I would do alignment. The alignment does kind of look like it falls really well here, but I'm kind of big on just, well, I know where the crown is and I know where the center of the crown is, so somewhere in there should be pretty much spot on. Automatic mechanical, so you can wind it, wear it, put it in a watch winder, but if it's dead or you're not going to be very active, make sure you wind it just a little bit, and how you do it is you back the crown off the threads till you hear it and feel it clicking. At that point, you can wind, and a wind is a turn away from you. Turning it towards you doesn't wind it, but it's a lot easier to keep your finger spacing and just go back and forth. Let's pick this up a little bit. If you do this for 4 or 5 seconds before you put it on, that mixed with the rotor movement in the back, which you can't see because the solid case back, will keep your time throughout the day. If you do this for something closer to 15 seconds, you're going to max out your 31-hour power reserve on it, which is what I do if you're going to be at a desk or driving all day, or like what I do when I'm away from the watch and I want to make sure it keeps time the next day. When you're happy with your winding, you're going to pull it to the 1 and only click. At that point, you can set your time, and you'll notice that you do not have a hacking movement, so it's going to keep going. You'll also notice you've got a wobble crown. This deflects lateral pressure from going into the stem and into the movement, so when you're pushing and prying on it, you're not putting any adverse pressure on anything. Okay, Google, what time is it?
12:20 p.m.
12:20. You know what? I wonder if he actually aligned those with 40, 50, 10, and those might actually be the lineup points. Now that I'm obviously I can't have the bezel insert on it when I'm building the movement, but that's kind of cool. If they're not spot on, they are fairly close. So that's cool. You're going to push it over, get it out of that time setting, and then wind it down. And that is the build. Super comfy, pliable leather. I don't know why Todd is calling me, but I'm not talking to him right now. So just give me a moment. I've got my screen is all blocked off right now, and I cannot see anything. So there we go. Now it's gone. As with every build, you're going to get matching beads. Entirely up to you how cool you are, whether you wear those or not. This will come with, I actually happen to have one of these special edition boxes. Essentially dial matching, right? So it'll come with a watch foamer. This is good on all glass and metal, so everything here in the center, non-streaking, non-toxic, non-residue, along with a microfiber. You will also have a leather conditioner to keep the strap perfectly soft. It's very pliable already, but if you ever feel that it's not, apply some on the, well, I want to focus on it, apply some on the front and the back, remove any excess. I would use a rag or something, don't use one of your microfibers. And then lastly, some fine scratch remover. This is Novus 2 from Amazon, just repackaged. This is like Polywatch, and it's for your acrylic glass because you can scratch it. But if you do, put a tiny bit of this on there and buff it out with your color matching microfiber. If the scratch is up and down, go left and right, fill in the scratch, haze it, and then buff it out. And if you don't get it, just revisit it a few minutes later after that solidifies, because you're essentially just rebuilding that acrylic up. If you scratch your cerakote, that's different. It's just like scratching your car. If you can still see that it's just the top coat, you can use something like gun oil and kind of like work it in, and it will kind of dissipate that scratch. But if you see silver, you have gone all the way down. And if you've done that, you have to have the whole watch redone. I have to unbuild everything to redo the case. But at that point, you might as well throw in a few more scratches on it and just to stress it out a little bit, because I don't know that it would necessarily look bad. So but that's it. So don't do anything to the Cerakote you wouldn't do to your car. So don't rub it on concrete and concrete walls. But other than that, you should be perfectly good. And if you want me to build you something custom like this, reach out and I'll see what I can do. And if you want to continue to see videos like this, like and subscribe, as I put them up all the time. Thanks, guys.